What's up guys, my name is Chris, or TaintedCatalyst, and today I'm bringing you a Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. It is against one of my subscribers, Smogoon? No, I'm not really sure how your name's pronounced, I'm sorry. As you can see, I am not using the same layout that I have been using. I don't really have the time today to be doing all the sprites. It takes, takes me a couple of hours to do the whole thing, including rendering times and everything. And I don't have the time to do that today, unfortunately, but I will be back to doing that on Monday. So as you can see, the question of the day is, if you could have any one superpower, what would it be? And I'm excluding things like omnipotence and stuff like that, because obviously then you could just do anything. That doesn't count because that's cheating. I have no idea. I've thought about this question, I would say my whole life. I really don't know what I would choose. There's so many good ones, obviously mind reading, teleportation and flight, and I'm just going to start listing superpowers basically. So I don't know what I would do, but maybe you guys have thought about this before and you know what you would pick. So just leave it in the comments below and I'll read all of them. So I'm just going to jump straight to the battle. Okay, so Smogoon's link will be in the description if you want to go check out his channel. I don't think he's got any videos up yet, but you know, he might do eventually, so keep an eye on it, you know. So I lead off with my Steelix. This is actually going to be a team that I will use for a while now, and he leads off with his Crobat. I expected him to U-turn just to get out of there and to switch to something that could, you know, kind of counter me a little bit. And so I go for the Roar to get rid of whatever he was going to bring in, and he taunts me, probably expecting the Stealth Rock. And then I go for the Gyro Ball just to see how much damage it'll do, because I know that the Crobat is much quicker than me. Like, I'm so slow. It did about half, but then it obviously can just roost it out. So I switch, expecting the Super Fang. I don't know why I switched to this. I think it was because I knew I could take him out, and like the amount of health didn't really matter. Because to be honest, I'm not really sure why I switched to this. I go for the Thunder. I get a critical hit. I don't know if that mattered or not. If someone knows, please let me know. I didn't know if I was quicker than Tauros. I think he's quicker than me by two points. And so I switched to my Milotic to take any physical hit he can give me, and he does just under half with his Zen Headbutt against my Milotic. And so he switches to Mantike. As I rest, I was expecting him to try and just go for the kill. I'm not really sure. Yeah, again, I'm not really sure my thought process here. And so I had rested, you know, prematurely. And so I switched back to my I switched back to my Nidoking, because I didn't think there's really anything he could do to me. I wasn't expecting him to surf against me, obviously that'd be strange. So I go for the Thunder again. The reason I've got Thunder on this instead of like Thunderbolt is because this is actually my Rain Dance Nidoking. It's not got Rain Dance, but it's the team I was using for that, so I had Thunder on it, obviously for the increased accuracy. Anyway, switch back to Milotic as he goes for the Whimsicott. I missed the Thunder, unfortunately, and he is able to get up the Leech Seed and then get up the Substitute. And this is actually a Sleep Token variant. Again, I'm not really sure why I stayed in. I'm going to make some strange plays. Luckily, I get the Ice Beam, which will take it down, and I know he's going to go for the Substitute again. And for some reason, I don't know why I stay in here, because he restores pretty much all his health back from Leech Seed and leftovers after he substitutes, so he can sub infinitely, well, at least until his PP runs out. I think he said he was like 1 HP going down each turn. Each time he did it, he'd lose 1 HP. So I Sleep Talk again for some reason. Again, I don't really know why. And I get the rest, so I mean, it just gets him some more HP. Now he's back at full HP with a sub, and I'm like, oh, this is so annoying. But to be honest, I didn't know if this thing had any attacks, because it's got Taunt, and I actually predicted this really well. At this point, I knew I should stay in and just, you know, get rid of the sleep, since I already stayed in for 2 turns. Third turn, Wake Up seemed logical, I guess, and so I go for the Ice Beam instead of the Sleep Talk, which works out fantastically for me. I mean, it was really lucky, because obviously I could have just stayed asleep, but at the same time, Sleep Talk, you know, I couldn't have even used that anyway, so I get rid of his sub, which is good, and then he switches, instead of Substitute, I'm not really sure why I didn't stay in, and goes for the Mantike as I switch on the same turn back to my Nidoking. I go for the Thunder, which this time it does actually connect, and due to the sheer power of this thing, it just takes it down. I'm not sure if that was a physical defending thing. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Hitmonlee, I was predicting some sort of priority move to just finish me off, and he goes for the Bulk Up, which kind of sucks because, you know, Hitmonlee is really powerful, and I don't want it to start setting up on me. And so this turn, he goes for the High Jump Kick, which will take me down. I kind of thought I would live 1, and I actually hit rest there. I was going to fall back asleep. to regain all the health back. I send out Absol, and I completely just didn't think about priority moves. Sorry, when I said before I was expecting priority, it was because he was quicker than me is what I meant to say, not priority. And I didn't remember about priority moves, so I'm like, okay, I'll send out my Scarfer, which obviously just works out terribly for me because it dies straight away to a Mach Punch because it's so frail. So I don't get to use him at all. And then he Sucker Punches my Slowking, and that wasn't very nice at all because it did nearly all of my health. And I was expecting this turn the Mach Punch, not risking it with the Sucker Punch. And so I switched to my Heracross to take it because it's 4 times? No, maybe not 4 times. Resistant. I don't know how much resistance it has to it, but I know it's resistant. And so a lot of people don't expect this. I go for the Substitute, which works out fantastic because he goes for the Sucker Punch. And then I'm now safely behind the sub. And so I think this turn I used Close Combat. He didn't want to attack me or anything. Maybe he was expecting me to bulk up or something of that nature. And at this point I'm feeling pretty good because my Heracross has got Mega Horn to take out the Whimsicott and Close Combat to deal with other things. Like this is weak to Close Combat, I think. And I forget the name of it. The Tauros is weak to Close Combat. So I'm like, yeah, that's really good. And so he has now got a speed boost thanks to his weak armor, and he goes for the Waterfall just to get rid of my sub, as I think I go for the Close Combat. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe I'm forgetting what the last couple of turns was. I'm so sorry. Confused. Anyway, I switched to my Slowking knowing that I can take the Waterfall pretty well and just recover off the damage that he does to me. Luckily, I avoid the Stone Edge. I'm not sure how well I would have taken that. To be honest, it may have killed me, but luckily it missed and I get the recover. And this turn he goes to the Stone Edge. Let's see how much damage it does. Okay, it definitely would have killed me. Yeah. And so I go for the Psychic just to finish him off. So that Stone Edge mission was actually really lucky. Anyway, he sends out his Tauros, and I switch out since I know that, well, my Slowking, sorry, is a a special ball. Sorry, my head's like all over the place. Yeah, he goes for the Rock Climb, which does barely anything to me, but does break my built-in focus sash, I guess, in Sturdy, which is unfortunate. I go for the Gyro Ball because I know this thing's quicker than me, and I just want to see how much damage it does. It looks like it's going to be a 2-hit KO, and I'm going to survive another Earthquake. But I think I go for something else this turn. I think I try EQ out instead, just to see how much damage that would do. I don't know why I switched it up. I think I was expecting the switch, but I didn't know really what. Honestly, I'm not really sure what I did that for. So it does nothing to this Whimsicott. And this Whimsicott is such an annoyance. Oh my god, so he Leech Seeds me, and he's got Prankster ability, so he can keep going first obviously every time. I Roar just to get rid of him as he switches to Tauros, and now unfortunately, I don't know, again, I'm not really sure what my thought process was there. This was just really confusing for me. I didn't know how to deal with this thing, and that's why it's going to just be a very strange end of this battle, sorry. And so I Roared. He's just got his Tauros back enough HP that I think it would have survived another Gyro Ball if it had stayed in. And I switched to my Slowking because I'm expecting the Leech Seed, and I don't think he knows I'm going to have Fire Blast, and so I go for the Fire Blast. And unfortunately, obviously, it's not Stab. It doesn't kill, which sucks because now we can just keep setting up subs. And so basically, in my head, I'm just thinking, right, all I need to do is just keep, PP stalling basically, but I don't want to risk it with Fire Blast because obviously there'll be a turn when he gets a free sub up. And so I know he's going to sub this turn. And then next turn he's going to Leech Seed. So I just go for the Flamethrower. Oh no, not the Flamethrower. Maybe it is the Flamethrower. I'm going to stop trying to guess what I did because I've completely forgotten. He goes for the Leech Seed, which was obvious. And I go for, yeah, okay, so I do go for the Flamethrower. I thought so. It's just, I know that there's a move on here I don't have. I think it's Ice Beam I don't have on this. And that's because it was on my, like I said, it was on my rain team. And so there was like 2 other Pokemon that had ice attacks. And so I didn't really need it on this. But I probably should change this this move set to Thunderbolt and Ice Beam instead of Sucker Punch, maybe? Okay, I can't talk. Sorry, this is a huge failure of a commentary, but I just don't really have the time to redo it, so I apologize for this. But you can see what's going on, obviously. He's just like kind of stalling me, and I decided to get the Stealth Rock because I'm going to start like trying to roar him and switch him around and stuff, and just dealing damage that way because he's only got 2 Pokemon left, this and Tauros. But he taunts me, which I may have seen earlier in the game and then I forgot, or I just didn't know. So the roar doesn't work, which is obviously what he was expecting. And so I had to go for the Gyro Ball, because at this point, I'm not really too fussed about having my Steelix stay alive. I just want to kind of PP stall him a bit. And so if he wants to Leech Seed me every turn, then that's fine, you know, let's take a bit of damage away. But I didn't think he had an attack. I thought his last move was a status move like Toxic. And so I didn't think he had any attacks. He has the Energy Ball, which does barely anything to me. He goes for the sub again, and so I Gyro Ball him. And it's just going to be a little bit of a stally part here, where it's just me trying to take down his subs while he sets them back up again. Eventually, he just starts attacking me. I'm not sure. He said he still had some subs left. I asked him afterwards. He said he still had some PP left in the sub, but I'm guessing maybe he just kind of wanted to stop. I'm not really sure. He goes for the Energy Ball this time. Excuse me. As I go for the Gyro Ball, which actually does, I would say, just over a quarter. Obviously, so that's how it can just about get rid of the substitutes. Excuse me. I'm now down to like 130 HP, and I switch to my Heracross, and he uses the Energy Ball, which I know is not going to do too much damage to me. And I was expecting a Leech Seed or something here. I think he goes just for the... I'm not really sure what he goes for, honestly. Yeah, he goes for the Leech Seed. Maybe so we can try and hope for a miss on Mega Horn. But luckily I do get it, which takes it down, which I should have just done this in the first place. I mean, they probably would have substituted before Leech Seed earlier on. And this turn he goes after Tauros. I actually thought I was quicker than Tauros. But I think it was the Kabutops, because when I was remembering about the speed, I outsped the Kabutops, I think. I'm not really sure what happened. But anyway, I send out my Slowking as he goes to the Rock Climb. I survive, and I'm just praying that this Psychic takes him out, which it does, thankfully. And that was a good game. So, again, I'm really sorry about the weird narration here, and it probably didn't make much sense, and yeah, I don't know. I'm in a really big, not a rush, but I mean, I just got a lot of stuff to do today, and so unfortunately that's why there's no layout. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't think I've got anything really as like an end of battle announcement or anything. Oh, actually no, sorry, I do. In September, I'm sure most of you probably have stopped watching this by now, but in September I am going to Scotland for about 2 weeks. And then afterwards, I may be having a surgery done. I'm not really sure when that will be yet. It's still getting like kind of sorted out. But so for a lot of September, there won't be many videos from me. I'll try and upload whenever I can, but I'll bring it up again closer to the day. But I'm just giving you a heads up now. So yeah, please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.